Hey everyone, I am Nixie and welcome to January's manga haul. So we are finally back with the first lot of manga that is released in January and a few additional things that I picked up this month. It's been very exciting. I didn't realize that actually I picked up more than what I thought I had, like gathering everything off the shelves and whatnot. So this is your final reminder to go grab a drink, grab a snack, and as always, we're gonna go publisher by publisher, so let's go ahead, let's get into it. So we'll start off with like the few random volumes that I picked up. So the first one is by a publisher that actually I don't have anything from. This is Nakama Press. I probably butchered that, but this is My Soulmate. I really like the feel of this, although it does feel a little stiff, so I'm a little bit worried about like breaking the spine. But yeah, so this is the first manga that like I've picked up from these guys. Next we'll move on to Dark Horse. So I didn't realize that this happens all the time. I think because at the minute my like collection is extremely disorganized because I'm running out of like space and stuff, and I've been trying to like move things about and whatnot, and it's just been very chaotic. But like I saw that I hadn't got the second volume of Cat Gamer, and I really enjoyed the first volume of this. Like it was a very fun read about a lady who rushes home from work every day so she can like play games and stuff. She's very happy by herself until one day she sees a stray kitten and decides to take him in. Very cute. Yeah, I didn't realize that I hadn't picked up the second volume yet, as always. And then we have an exciting release, a new deluxe edition from Dark Horse. We have Old Boy, nice big deluxe edition. I love these colors on the cover, like the bright like magenta on this like silver background. But yeah, it's a thick boy, this one. But yeah, another beautiful like deluxe hard edition from Dark Horse. Next, let's move on to Kodansha. We've already got a couple from Kodansha as well. So the first one is a BR. We have Your All Mine Tonight, which I think it's just a one shot. Yeah, it's just a one shot. Really beautiful cover here. Then we have volume 4 of My Noisy Roommate. The roof over my head comes with monsters and a hottie. So it's a supernatural ghost, demons, yokai sort of thing BL. I've really been enjoying this one so far. And then we have volume 6 of Tank Chair. Look how crazy this like cover is. I've really been enjoying this one. This one's like one of those like crazy out there wacky type of stories about an assassin. But yeah, that one has been like pretty wild so far, but yeah, it's been a lot of fun to read. Next, we'll move on to Tokyo Pop. We have volume 2 of Do You Really Only Want a Meal, which is quite a thin volume actually. Then we have Lullaby of the Dawn, volume 6. I've really been enjoying this story so far. But then I realized that I actually pre-ordered volume 6, but I haven't gotten my volume 5 yet. So I'm stuck at like volume 4, but like the plot is plotting in this one. I've really been enjoying this one. And then we also have Fated Not to Me. This one released a little while ago, but I realized I hadn't picked it up. So obviously I went ahead and grabbed this one as well, which is just volume 1. Then we have volume 2 of Eternal Covenant as well. I'm yet to read the first volume on this one, to be honest, guys. But yeah, volume 2 has just released. Then moving on to Yen Press, we have volume 4 of Spring, Storm and Monster. So this is same creator as Cheeky Brat, which I still want to read that series. But I've really been enjoying this one, but I understand that people will probably find this one like a bit problematic. We have volume 6 of The Other World's Books Depend on the Bean Counter. I really like this one. It doesn't focus too heavy on the romance side of things like to start off with. But yeah, I've really been enjoying this one. The anime's just started releasing as well, which I haven't watched yet. I'm very cautious going into like animes when I'm already reading the manga, because I don't want to get spoiled from the anime for the manga. I'd rather read first and then watch after, if that makes sense. We have a novel. We have volume 2 of Lord of Mysteries, which just released, which is part 2. This is The Clown. And then we have, this was like a bit of a like random pickup for me. Like, I just saw the cover and I was like, do you know what, that looks fun, why not? This is Corpse Night Gunther volume 1. So this is a webtoon. But yeah, it looked and sounded interesting. Is vampires, necromancy, and a guy who sounds like a bit of a dick, but he's supposed to be our main like protagonist. So I'm interested in finding out how that one goes. Then we have volume 6 of Minetto's Laundromat, Cute BL. I've really been enjoying this one as well. I love like their dynamic. It is an age gap as well. Just so you're aware, I know people, like some people don't like that. And then moving on to Ice Press, we have volume 4 of Loverboy, which just released. We have volume 1 of Revenge of the Baskerville Bloodhound. I don't know, this one really intrigued me. The cover's really nice, but the like little snippets that Ice Press shown of this like looked really interesting. I feel like if you enjoy, you know, their other like titles like Solo Leveling, The World After the Fall, Tomb Raider King, things like that, it feels like it's kind of in that vein. So I feel like I would very much enjoy it. And then we have Ominous and Reader's Viewpoint volume 9 as well, just released. I feel like these ones are coming out quite quickly. And then we have a novel. We have Semantic Error volume 1, which I really like the covers for the Semantic Error like series and stuff, like the webtoon as well. Like I really like all of those covers. But it is exciting. I think it's exciting to see that a lot of places now are coming out with, like a lot of publishers are coming out with like the novels to accompany the like the manhwas and stuff. I think that's quite exciting, because I know a lot of people want to get like more of the story and like see more of these characters. So I think it's nice that like we are getting these novels now as well. And then we've got a couple of releases from Square Enix. We have Bride of the Death God. I've still yet to read the first volume of this, but like I really like the covers, shock. And then we have The God Slaying Demon King volume 4. I've been trying to get a hold of volume 3 for a little while now, and I'm struggling a little bit. And then we have a new release, Exquisite Blood volume 1. This was kind of like, it was alright, like I enjoyed it, but like I feel like there was no real like standout points to the story yet. So obviously like give it a few more volumes to see sort of like what happens. But it didn't immediately like grab me straight away like after the first volume. Moving on to Titan Manga, I did pick up a few volumes actually from Titan Manga. I really like the way that they present their manga. Even though they're quite small, like print size, and the paper is that very like rough texture, but I actually like really like the way that they print their stuff. So I did go ahead and I picked up Smiley and the Forest Spirit. So I did like, how nice is this cover? So I picked up the first volume, the second volume, third volume, and the fourth volume. Volume 5 comes out fairly soon, I believe. But then after picking it up, I found out that the author unfortunately got like really like their health took a really like terrible turn, and so they've like discontinued the story, so it is unfinished, and there's going to be 6 volumes I believe, which is really sad. I know that there's like an anime, there's a season of the anime out, and I was talking to someone and they were telling me about it, which is why I picked up the manga. But then afterwards I found out that it's like not finished and it's never going to be finished. So I was like, oh, that's really sad actually. That obviously the authors had to like go through that and everything, but also like really sad that we'll never like see the end either. And then I picked up volume 2 of 3 Exorcism Siblings. And then I also picked up the next lot of volumes of Alpi the Soul Sender. So I got volume 4. I really like this series, like I've been enjoying it a lot. Volume 5 and volume 6 and then volume 7. So this is following a girl who's trying to find her parents that have disappeared, and she's traveling across the world. But she has an ability where there's like deities and spirits that either like protect parts of the land or like help villages and stuff like that. But when they die, if their body isn't dealt with and their soul properly sent off, then they can start to like corrupt the land and have like adverse effects on the land. And so Alpi is one of these like soul centers, and she's like just traveling the land and she's trying to find out like what happened to her parents. But it's been a really good read so far. I've been enjoying it a lot, and I don't see anyone like talking about it either. Like, to be honest, like a lot of the Titan manga titles that I've seen, I've not really seen like other people talking about it that much. But they do seem to have some like really good licenses. Then moving on to Viz Media, we have volume 16 of Wolf Girl and Black Prince. These are coming out quick, these ones, I feel like. Then we have Choking on Love volume 4. I've really been enjoying this series. This is a good shoujo series. We have volume 2 of Astro Royale, and also volume 3 as well. I will say I am struggling a little bit because this is the same creator as Tokyo Revengers. I am struggling just a tiny bit to sort of like get into the characters, not because of the story or anything, but like just because the characters obviously look like Tokyo Revengers characters. Yeah, they're very much like Tokyo Revengers characters, like the same like style and everything, and the same look obviously. So it's been like a little bit more difficult to sort of like get that out of my mind while reading this. And then I wanted to pick up missing volumes again of Steel of the Celestial Shadows, because I've really enjoyed the first couple of volumes of this. It's been an interesting read. However, like not all of the volumes have been in stock, so like I've just managed to pick up volume 4, volume 7 and then volume 8. That's all I've been able to like get this month of this one. But yeah, I really enjoyed the first couple of volumes of this, so like I want to obviously like get the others so I can see how the story progresses. And then I went ahead and tried to catch up with Trojan X. So I managed to find volume 7, volume 8, volume 9, and volume 10. So I'm actually going to be starting volume 6. That's where I'm up to. And guess what volume they didn't have in stock? Yeah, volume 6. So I'm still stuck waiting for volume 6. But I really enjoyed that. I wasn't super sold on it after like the first, I think it was the first 2 volumes of this one. But after I'd read past that, like by the end of that like second volume, I was like sold on the story and the characters. So that is from the same creator as Tokyo Ghoul. And then moving on to Seven Seas, we've got a few from Seven Seas as always. We have Hate Me But Let Me Stay volume 6, which is a Megaverse. Been enjoying this story. We have It Takes More Than a Pretty Face volume But again, I've really been enjoying this shoujo, but I am still waiting on volume 3 to get delivered, which is kind of annoying because I really enjoyed the first couple of volumes of that. And then we have My Younger Knight Takes Care of Me in Another World. So this is a BL. And then this is not a brand new series, but I picked up The Last Elf Volume 1 and Volume 2. Volume 3 releases fairly soon, but the first volume, I've not read the second one yet, but the story, the basis and stuff very much reminds me of LP the Soul Sender, like a similar sort of like vein. So if you've read The Last Elf, I recommend LP the Soul Sender, or if you've read LP the Soul Sender, then I recommend picking this one up because it feels like written in that like similar sort of like environment sort of thing. Then we have volume 3 of BL Game Rebirth. And then a new title which looked interesting. We have Ghost and Witch volume 1. I was like on a bit of a like reading like binge the other day, and I was gonna read this one, but like by the time I'd read the other things that I'd picked up, like I kind of like lost a little bit of steam. But I really like the cover. Like it looks like a very interesting cover. We also have quite a few like webtoons this month from 7 Seas. The Feisty Omega and its Twin Mates volume 3. Perfect Addiction volume 1, which is a BL. Let me see, The Real You Senpai volume 2. So Lost in the Cloud volume 2. I love this story, but it is very problematic. My Bias is Showing volume 1 is now out as well. Roses and Champagne volume 2, another webtoon that I absolutely love but is extremely problematic. And then another one that I was so excited when it got announced, like so excited, it's Low Tide in Twilight volume 1. This is an Omegaverse. There's loads of trigger warnings for this one, but I like the fact that a lot of like Omegaverse stories tend to see like the Omega in a very like vulnerable state and very sort of like not sticking up for themselves or sort of thing, like painted in that sort of light. Whereas I like the fact that even though the Omega in this story is going through some very difficult things and like not the best things, that he's still kicking and he's like not going down without a fight sort of thing. I really like that about that character. We have The Titan's Bride volume 8. I love these two. They're super cute. I love their dynamics together. They're absolutely adorable. Then we have Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation volume 12, I think this is. Yeah, volume 12. Look at this cover, guys. How nice is this cover? Beautiful. Then we have Dear Door volume 2. Again, another like story that I really like, and the two main characters, I love their dynamic and their interactions together. Super cute. But yeah, that's all the like webtoons, mangas that I picked up, but we'll move on to the Danmei because there is a bit of Danmei to get through as well of new releases this month. Okay, so I do actually have 2 volumes of Danmei that is from a different publisher than 7 Seas. So I managed to get Guide on How to Fail at Online Dating volume 1 and 2. So this is from Haitang Books volume 2. They have these gorgeous like gilded edges. Like this is what like made me really want to like pick these up because of this color on their edges. Like super pretty like mirrored finish. I actually ordered these from Atom Comics in Poland, because even though they print the Danmei in English, they don't actually, as of yet anyway, as far as I'm aware, they don't actually ship out to like Europe and UK and everything, so they do have some places where like you can get them from, but because I ordered volume 1 and 2 together, volume 2 wasn't out, so I had to wait for my order until volume 2 came out. So like I've been waiting, I don't even know how long, like 8 months or something for these to arrive. And because they are the special edition, you did get some like little extras, so like these like little stamp things that the camera's probably not going to pick up. Oh, there we go. It did come with like little acrylic standees of the characters, and like some little like extras, little like ID cards and stuff. But yeah, so like I was a little bit worried that my order, because the website is also in like Polish, I was a little worried that I wasn't gonna get my order, but like it randomly came in, so I was like, oh, phew, that's good then. It's always like, you just never know when you're ordering from like new places, do you, whether like everything's gonna arrive okay, especially coming from like another country and everything. So yeah, I did pick those two up. But yeah, the 7 Seas Dame, we've got a few new titles. So we have Twin Jades of Jedong, volume 1. I love all of the covers the 7 Seas does. The Villains of White Halo, volume 1. Very excited for this one. This is the one that I've been like waiting for. We have The Disabled God of War Became My Concubine, volume 1. Yeah, all the artists that they get for these covers just like nail it. It's so good. So that was all like the volume 1s, the new series. So then we have volume 4 of Run Wild, which is a modern Dame. We have 300 Years of Longing, volume 2. Case Compendium, volume 7. Yeah, volume 7. There's Something Wrong with the Chief. I loved the first volume of this so much. So I'm very excited to see what volume 2 holds. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed volume 1 a lot. I'm currently reading Mistakenly Saving the Villain. I'm like halfway through that. That's been quite a fun like story so far. If you'd like, you know, things like Scumvillain's self-saving system, that whole like the main character dies and goes into the novel sort of thing. If you enjoyed that type of situation, then I think you would enjoy Mistakenly Saving the Villain. Joyful Reunion Book 3, volume 3, which this drawing of this character is very well done. My Husband and I Sleep in a Coffin, volume 2. This is actually like quite thick because we have been seeing some thinner volumes coming out from 7 Seas. And then hardback, we have volume 3 of Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation. Love this cover, seeing Wei Wuxian. And then we have volume 8, which is the final volume of Heaven Official's Blessing. Look at this cover, guys. Look at these colors. Absolutely gorgeous. I love this. This will forever be my favorite like Dame. And yeah, I think they did really well with the hardcover editions. We should see the box set of Scumvillain's self-saving system coming out in February, which I'm very excited to see that in person because I think the pictures do look quite good. So I'm very excited to see that in person. But yeah, that is everything I picked up in January, which was more than actually what I was expecting to have like picked up. But yeah, I think there's some like very exciting things being released this year. Like publishers are just like, you know, they're getting better and better at like their releases and stuff, I think, and like listening to what people actually want to get licensed. So I'm very excited for this year and to see what we're gonna get, what's gonna be coming out, what like licenses we're gonna get announced as well this year. Very excited for it all, guys. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye everyone.